Okay, Marianne, this is Dennis. We're going to review your lesson, the same issue that we've had before. We're going to keep dwelling on because it's primarily when you get out of sync and you're not hitting the ball as well as you can. It's because the body is swinging the club, and you see how your body's spinning out there, and it's not swinging the golf club. So we need to get those wrists to snap into the ball better. Okay, so it's too far back here. It's way too far behind you here, and the shoulders are too flat. So the left shoulder we're going to keep a little lower. The hands we're going to get not nearly as far back, and we have to snap the wrist down. There's the body unwinding and pulling, and not enough snap to that. Okay, so that's one thing that we know we're going to do for sure. Now, from this perspective, what we're going to do is this. I want you to start with a little more weight on your left side. Always 65% of yourself favoring your left. Okay? We're going to set your wrist really nice and early in your backswing. The whole thing boils down to you, as we've said before, about swinging the club up and down and not around, and you do that by cocking and uncocking your wrist. That is the most important thing for you to learn in golf. Once you get that, you get a lot more consistency and a lot more power. Your drives that you were hitting before lunch, which I hope continued on the course for you, were much better because you got some power by snapping your wrist into the ball. See, that left shoulder, if we get it lower, you won't be so far behind you with your hands. Okay, so we want to get the hands over the right shoulder. Same thing Isabel's doing. We want to get the hands over the right shoulder and not so far behind you. And then we need to snap those wrists down. See, your shoulders are parallel to the ground right now. They shouldn't be. That left shoulder should be down a little bit, which is a little bit of a new habit that you picked up. But we need to keep this nice and narrow, not get it too far out. So there's not a lot of power to that because you're dragging the handle of the club through the ball and not snapping the wrist. So tomorrow, we've given you the feet together drill, and I saw you do it a few times today. So tomorrow we're going to go right back to work on that feet together drill, because the more you get to swing your club with your wrist and arms and hands and not involve the body as much, the better off we're going to be. The body basically there to provide balance and stability, but it should never be directing the swing of the club. That's done with your arms, your hands, your wrists. And it's right in here where the wrists couple. So if I go back here and show you a model of what that might look like, it could be something like this. Immediately hinged with the wrist. See how low the left shoulder is here? By the time this arm right here is parallel to the ground, right like this, the club is fully 90 degrees set because her wrists right here are cocked. Okay? So when you take it back, you're taking it back with your body. So that when your arm is parallel to the ground, like hers is here, there's not enough wrist set. See how much your shoulder's high, her shoulder's much lower? That allows her to cock her wrist. Hinge the wrist. Here comes the snap. There's the snap of the wrist, extension of the arm, and then the wrist will rehinge on the other side. Okay? See, there's no snap. We're just pulling the handle of the club and we're not snapping the wrist enough. So as soon as we get back onto that, you're going to pick up a lot more distance and a lot more consistency of hitting the ball. But your habit's always been overuse of the body, not underuse of the arms and hands, and that's what we're working on. Okay? All right, we'll see you tomorrow.